Back with another Gamecock Spotlight with head coach Derek Schroeder for Jacksonville State Volleyball. Coach, 2-0 last weekend to start conference play, 2 sweep victories against Sam Houston. How are we feeling as we head into another week?
Well, yeah, those felt great. They felt great mostly because we kind of found who we are and we drove after that identity as hard as we could. And then, you know, everybody wants instant feedback, and those 2 sweeps kind of gave us instant feedback, which felt great for us, absolutely.
Coach, seemed like everything was working for the Gamecocks. Defense played very well. The offense was as in tune, in system as we've seen this season. What allowed for that to happen? Was it a situation where things just clicked?
Yeah, a little bit of things just clicked, but it was everybody doing their job very, very well. And we've been stressing purposeful contacts, right? Like making a positive contact and turning that positive contact into another positive contact. And then that's going to make the attacker's job easy. So, yeah, our offense clicked, but it wasn't just that our hitters were amazing. It was obviously Ellie had a great weekend, and then it was those back row, affectionately called my back row rats. I mean, those guys were amazing. And they just kept every ball off the floor, and then when they had the opportunity, they controlled every ball in a good, purposeful manner and put some tempo on it. And so, you know, we felt like we made the other team play uphill a little bit.
You've already mentioned Ellie with a good weekend. She was named the Conference USA Setter of the Week. Hana Aiana named the conference's Freshman of the Week. What could you say for their 2 performances against the Bearcats?
Well, you know, young middle, right? And so Freshman of the Week honors, that's amazing for her. I'm very proud of her. But we have to pass the ball well and we have to set the ball well in order for her to be successful that way. So great job by everyone in that regard. And then Ellie she's starting to learn and see, I guess, the game the way I see it. And, you know, that means the 2 of us in timeouts and in between games, like from Friday to Saturday and whatnot, we can talk about what she was doing and what that kind of balanced that their defense out, and then how that next play looks because of it. And because of that, she had a very successful weekend. So I'm really excited about her moving forward. She's scratching the surface of how good she could be.
A couple of big matchups this weekend for the Gamecocks, heading west to El Paso to take on UTEP. What are you expecting from the Miners, and what will your team have to do to come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, we're just this morning breaking down UTEP a little bit. Yesterday was a great practice just to remind them of growth mindset. Not, you know, winning is not the best indication of growth usually. So today we're looking at UTEP as like a big physical team that when they're in system, it's going to be really hard for us. So we're going to do some things in our first line of defense and our second line of defense to see if we can't make life difficult on them. And then, you know, going on the road and winning the first contact battle is never easy. So that's the challenge that is in front of, you know, the 7 or 8 kids on my roster that serve and the 4 or 5 that serve, receive, pass. Like, how are we going to figure out a way to win that first contact battle? So it's going to be an interesting, fun weekend. They're big, they're physical. It's going to be, again, my small little aggressive fun team against, you know, David and Goliath style. We're going to have to go in and see how we can slay Goliath if it's possible.
We're joined now by junior setter Ellie Garrett, first year as a Gamecock. Ellie, how are things going here in Jacksonville?
It's going really good. I really love it here and love the girls, and we're just growing so much each week, and it's just been so fun to compete with them, and I wouldn't change it for a thing.
Speaking about the growth mindset's been a big thing for the team this season, and last weekend it felt like we finally saw that growth come to fruition. A couple of big wins to start conference play. Talk more about that growth and how you thought things went last weekend against Sam Houston.
It went really good. I feel like the weeks before we still kind of had like that fixed mindset where we were afraid to play Dex's system and afraid to be fast, but like going in and last week it was just so fun, and being able to play fast and like not be afraid to make those moves and like being confident that we know we can do it showed how we can win games.
So whenever we talk to setters, we like to talk about how the setter is kind of like the quarterback of the offense, watching you kind of dish it around to your teammates. Is that how you view it as well? Kind of, you know, how do you view your position and role on the team?
I view my position as just to make everyone better and just encourage them. And I always want to be the sponge on the team, take everything in, and want to make sure that they're like how I can make them successful and how I can make the passers successful, and just being there for everybody. That's how I view it.
So on Friday against Sam Houston, you go off for 7 kills out of nowhere. You have a career high in kills, career best attack percentage. Was that something that you guys saw on film against Sam Houston, or is that just kind of how it played out on the court?
That's how it played out on the court. Dex always tells me to be a weapon up when I'm front row, and sometimes I don't do it, but I really tried to be aggressive up there, and it worked out. So.
And for your efforts against the Bearcats, you were named the Conference USA Setter of the Week. What does that honor mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I've never had like that before, and I just feel really blessed to like have this opportunity here. And I never thought it was going to happen. I just kind of just go out there and play and be able to have that award just means a lot. And I couldn't have done it like without the passers, honestly. So.
Continuing to talk about our team, you know, how close this squad is this year in the program, despite so many of the players being new like yourself. What can you say about the sisterhood within this program and how tight the entire squad is?
Like coming here, I was definitely scared meeting a bunch of whole new girls and making friends and like if I was gonna get along with them, but like I get along with everybody and everyone's just so kind and like all of our personalities mix and I just feel so welcomed here and so loved by everyone.
Big road trip this week as the Gamecocks head west to El Paso, take on a good UTEP squad. What are you looking forward to this weekend, and what do you think the team's going to have to do to come out on top?
We're definitely going to have to serve aggressive like how we've been practicing. I'm just excited to compete at a high level up there and seeing what we're capable of, and I think we could do good things. So.